Tony D and Little Joan, and this is a screenwriter's rant on three trailers. Kind of, well, they're kind of short trailers. I'm not quite sure of the story, but I'll take a stab at it. First up is My Daughter is a Zombie, a Korean zombie movie. Those are always great. Preparation for The Next Life from Amazon and Somnium. Somnium, a sci-fi horror movie about dreams. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. The links are in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys books 1 through 18. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. This, My Daughter is a Zombie, looks awesome as F. It is not in English, though. Not in English at all. I couldn't really find one that's subtitled in English. I'm sure that'll eventually happen. But the premise of the movie is there's a zombie outbreak. It's a comedy. And the daughter gets infected. But the father is not giving up on saving her. But, like, he can't turn her back into human. So instead, he's going to train her not to eat people. So he spends the entire movie training her, and then eventually they put makeup on her, and like I assume contacts, and eventually she gets to the point where she can kind of function, and also she's still really good at dancing. If he I guess he could get her to remember who she was, then she'll not be a zombie. So maybe he does cure her at the end. But the cool thing about this, the thread through this movie, is the father never gives up on his daughter. That's like the nice thread. And so no matter what happens, he tries to keep her from being destroyed. Because, of course, during the zombie breakout, they're shooting all the zombies. But it looks fun. It looks very fun. So first act, she gets infected. Second act, he's doing everything he can to keep her from being destroyed. And third act, she eventually, there's like a crisis where they figure out she's a zombie and they're gonna kill her, but he somehow makes her alive again through his love, I think. So here's the write-up. Parenting is hard, especially when your kid craves brains. My Daughter is a Zombie is outrageous new horror comedy, summer of 2025, equal parts heartfelt family drama, and laugh out loud zombie chaos brought to life in 4K HDR. When an ordinary suburban dad wakes up and finds his teenage daughter has mysteriously turned into a zombie overnight, his world is thrown into an absurd, blood-soaked chaos. Determined to protect her from fearful neighbors, suspicious authorities, and the temptation of the local pet store's rabbit aisle, he embarks on a mission to find a cure, or at least keep her undead cravings under control. But the infection spreads and the town descends into panic. Father and daughter must learn to trust each other before she becomes the very thing he's running from. It's a great pitch. It's a great pitch. The Koreans know what they're doing. I've said it before, I've said it again, especially with zombie movies. Yeah, they've done a bunch of these. If you haven't seen Train to Busan and Peninsula, oh, you got to see them. All right, next up is Preparation for the Next Life. This is a love story about a female immigrant or illegal alien, I think, who meets a dude who comes to New York for the first time, and they're both in New York, and they fall in love. But of course, the wicked, evil authorities are going to deport her. No! But he loves her, and then so they have their ups and downs, and eventually, I would assume they somehow end up together. Maybe they get married and she could stay. I don't know if they could still do that. Here, the ICE guys arrest her, I think, or the cops arrest her. So, you know, it's going to be a big message movie. I mean, it will be, but it does look like a nice love story. You know, if they don't go too hard in the paint on the immigrant stuff, it might be nice. I mean, it's a real thing. It's not like it doesn't happen, but you know the political undertones of this. You already know it's going to be like immigrants are just hardworking people. Why are they kicking them out of the country? There's never been an immigrant in history that's ever harmed anyone. So first act, she's having a tough time. She's working in America, but she's laying low, and then she'll be fine. But then she meets, I don't know his name, Frank, and they fall in love. Second act, they're budding love and courtship is one for the ages, and but they're from two different worlds, and she's torn, and by the climax of the second act, she might be thrown out of the country, but somehow they work it out, and they escape in the third act, hopefully from New York City. It's not a bad premise, and I gotta say, it looks okay. It looks kind of watchable. Here's the write-up. Love isn't an escape. It's a reason to keep going. Watch the trailer for preparation for the next life. Directed by Academy Award-winning nominee Bing Liu, starring Sebiye Bethiar and Fred Hitchinger. September 5th in theaters. And then probably right to Amazon at some point. Looks watchable. It wouldn't be I wouldn't pick it, but if my girlfriend wanted to watch it, I think I could endure it. I think I could tolerate it. Finally, there's Somnium. Somnium? And already I'm like, why did you pick such a difficult name to pronounce? But it looks cool as hell. She works in some sort of, I don't know, like they're doing experiments with dreams? And she has to monitor them, but of course weird things starts happening. I don't know who this dude is. I guess the dreams start to become real, and there's also some cosmetic surgery. It's kind of confusing, but it's my kind of movie. So it doesn't really tell you the plot. It's kind of a mixture of Videodrome and The Substance. That's what it feels like. So I would totally see it. I'm not so sure. I would definitely stream it though. First act, girl gets her job at this weird company that does experiments on sleep, but also somehow is a cosmetic company. I'm not sure. Cosmetic surgery place. But weird things happen. I'm not sure if these are demons or dream manifestations, or these are former patients who have haunt the halls somehow. But there's evil afoot. We know that. And she gets sucked into it and then escapes it at the end. Or maybe she's locked in a dream forever. That would be a cool ending. I don't know. I got to read the write-up on this one. But bad name. I don't like the name at all. Yeah, Somnium. Somnium. At experimental sleep clinic. Who wrote this? At experimental sleep clinic, Somnium, dreams are made real. Oh. Side effects may include hallucinations, confusions, paranoia, sleep paralysis, detachment from reality, lost sense of self, permanent nightmares. Okay, I take it back. That is a good write-up, because it's like a thing on a jar of aspirin or something. Director Rachel Kane, writer Rachel Kane. Definitely, though, a bad name. Somnium. Somnium. Yeah, it's. I'd have called it something simpler like the Dream Factory or whatever. But solid 92 minutes, so that's good. Gets a high rating on the IMDb. I think this has been, this was out since last year, or made last year, but maybe it's just coming out. All right, so not bad, these three movies. How would I rank them? Who would I put on the bottom? Probably, Preparation for the Next Life. Not that it's bad, but it's not my kind of movie. I'd watch it. It's probably okay. You know, assuming it has a happy ending and doesn't get bogged down in a bunch of immigrant messaging. Number 2 would be Somnium. Somnium. Somnium? Somnium. Yeah, it looks interesting. It definitely looks like it has interesting ideas. I'm wary of the execution because the trailer's a bit muddled. But I would totally see that. And definitely at the top is My Daughter is a Zombie. Get me a subtitled version of this ASAP. I totally want to see it. It's in cinemas in August. I think this will be fun. This is my kind of movie, comedy horror. As you know, I write a lot of comedy horror. And I kind of like the positiveness of the relationship of the characters, too. So I think this would be definitely the funnest one. And that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on the green site, the orange site, and the black site for our other videos. We do 4 videos a day. Check me out on Sunday. We're doing a live stream, baby. And let me tell you, we're going to have a lot to talk about. The Fantastic Four is not doing well in its second weekend. Oh, foreshadowing. Yeah, I think it's safe to say it is going to bomb now. And not just do poorly. I think it's going to bomb. Friday's numbers do not look good. It looks like doom. For the Fantastic Four. Anyhow, hope to see you then. We'll see you in the next one.